My current tech stack is we are using Spring Boot as backend, and for front end we are using Angular 4, and for DB we are using MongoDB, and we are using Kafka as messaging queue, but I don't have a hands-on experience on that.
Okay. So you are saying like you are using Kafka for event-driven programming, right? But you don't
Yes.
have knowledge on that, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Uh, okay, okay. So you are using Java, right?
Yes,
In your
yes,
project. So Java 8 and Java you all that have a hands on, right?
yes.
Okay, so let me start from very basic from Java to right from OOPS and all. So
Yeah.
you know the OOPS concept, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the basically main difference between the aggregation and composition when we are talking about OOPS and all?
So in aggregation, basically we are tight coupling our dependencies. Suppose I have a class, and we tight couple that class using aggregation, and in composition, basically we don't tight couple that class, that dependencies basically.
Okay, so is it possible in like composition that your dependency is outer dependency not available and it is a chance there to your inner dependency should be available in that?
Yeah, we can set that in our constructor
Okay,
at
so
runtime.
in aggregation.
In aggregation, we have to put, I think, uh, yeah, we can do that in aggregation to using constructor. We can pass the reference of that.
Okay. So, what is a like main? What is a part of it? Like aggregation and composition, in which concept it's lie in OOPS?
In inheritance.
Okay. So, is there any specific keyword to you can use like aggregation and composition?
Uh, Basically, inheritance is a relationship, and aggregation and composition are example of has a relationship.
Okay, good. So, I'm giving you some question, right? Basic OOPS concept. So, just tell me the output of it. Okay.
Yes.
Just check your chat. I'm sharing there
Zoom. Yeah.
in Zoom chat and open your notepad. Copy paste this there.
I think I am
Okay.
struggling in that. Okay. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah. Yeah. So what will be the
So
output in this case?
in this case, would define find function and static int x uh, 10 plus plus 1.
Mm, is it like check once again? I will recommend you to check you once
Okay. Okay.
again.
So static int x. I'm not sure that we can declare static variable inside a function. I'm not sure in that, but if we can, then its output is 1.
Okay, I will tell you the answer end of
Yeah.
this interview, not a
Yes.
problem. Okay, yeah. So again, check your chat. I'm just sharing one question with you. Just let me know the output of this.
Yeah. Class based protected word in the class derived extend. It compiles can
Okay.
compile and print nothing.
Okay. Do you have any knowledge about covariant return type that Java like added in 1.5 version of Java?
No, not as much. I don't remember as of now, but I have read about it.
Okay, let me give
Covariant.
you an idea. The covariant return type is a relation between parent-child relationship. If some two classes have a relationship, then we can say that covariant return type. Like if we are overriding one method, we can change it into the covariant return type.
Yeah, yeah, I have read about it, but I'm not comfortable in that question. I think.
Okay, not a problem. But this question will not execute actually. You are you are just decreasing the visibility of your overridden method.
Okay, okay. I think if it is private, then we can not override
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So and above one,
Above one static index. This one.
yeah, yeah.
Mm, I don't think so. That compile also.
Why?
Because as I understand, we don't give static keyword in a function. Static variables are basically marked to the class,
Mhm.
not locally.
Okay, yeah, fine, good. Moving ahead, do we have like non-static methods in my interface?
What can you explain? Can you repeat?
Can I use non-static methods? Sorry, my bad, non-abstract method in my interface.
Non-abstract methods?
Yeah.
No, no. Yes, but in Java 8, as we know, we have default and static methods.
Okay, default and static method, but that should be non-abstract, right?
Yeah.
So as we know, right, in Java 1. Before 1.8,
Yes.
we are using that all the abstract methods.
Abstract method. Yes.
Right? So why we are using all those? Why this Java people added this feature to add?
Basically, suppose I have extended that interface in hundred classes, and I want to come to Java 8 from Java 7 to Java 8.
Mhm,
Suppose if we and they we have to add some new feature in that.
mhm,
So we have to override that method in all the 100 classes.
mhm.
So to prevent that, we can provide default method and then we call anywhere.
Okay, I got the
So
answer.
basically for providing backward compatibility.
Okay, I got the answer. Okay, do you worked on some design patterns and all? Any idea?
Uh, yeah, I have an idea of singleton method, and in factory I have read about that. We can use factory method in loggers
You have
basically.
an idea of singleton, right? Let me come to the
Yes.
singleton only.
Yeah.
Okay, we can make our class a singleton, right?
Yes.
So just in
So
one simple logic, I don't want you to write a code for singleton, right?
okay.
But let's suppose there is a one class called subject. Okay,
Okay.
and right now I'm having a only one thread.
Okay.
Okay, and you are having a requirement of singleton because I want one object to the my all over the network or my project, right? Then only we are
Yes.
creating my singleton class.
Singleton class.
Okay,
Yes.
but now my requirement is I want to just take this my class and do multiple threads, like 100 threads or 1,000 threads, right?
Yes.
But I want like prevention of these threads. I don't want to be multiple methods in that case. So how could you do this in terms of singleton?
Uh, we can use synchronized block in this case.
But that also may be chance to make a like not completely 100% like synchronizable, not work in that case.
Yes. We
Let's suppose
can.
like you are writing your code at line number 12, right? And
Yes.
if someone like waiting your like you are asking for like that lazy loading, right, method,
Yes. Yes.
and you are
Yes.
saying I will put a synchronization on that one line. So let's
Yes.
suppose two thread is enter in your method, and
Okay.
one thread enter after your if block and said okay, your method is not
Yes.
initialized with some variables, right? Or in
Yes.
so in that case, there is a chances like a lot of method will be created in terms of singleton, right?
Yes. So for that we can check using condition if object is already created or not.
Yeah. Now then again, suppose you check again two
N-
threads entered in your
On
condition
on synchronized block, I think.
on
In
synchronization.
sync.
Yeah. Again, you checked that object is empty, right? But in
Yes.
synchronization, you checked, right? So you want to say like you will check above the synchronization block and after the synchronization.
Yes. Yes.
That I want to
Means
make you understand. Like in that
yes.
scenario, like two level lock is working.
Yes.
Okay, you have to check a two time.
Yes.
Okay, so in how many ways you can make your object a singleton map?
In how many ways? Basically, we have two types. We can make it lazy loading and we can early loading.
If
So
I
suppose
if I told you I don't want to give you any permission to create a class, so now how you create me a singleton method or singleton this approach? How can I
uh,
take a benefit
can,
of
can
singleton?
can you repeat question?
Yeah, yeah. I restrict you to create a class. Okay,
Yes.
but I want to just take advantage of my singleton functionality. I want you to give me the something just I can acquire to the singleton as in class only.
I am not understanding. I think your question.
You don't. Okay, let me repeat once again.
Yes.
In singleton, what happened? You are creating a singleton class, right? And you
Yes.
are restricting it by creating a private constructor,
Yes.
right? And a static
Yes.
variable and a. But
Yes.
I restrict you just all creating all these things. I don't want to create a class.
Okay.
Now, how can you give me this functionality of singleton?
Then actually, I think I can't understand question. I'm not
You
able to
don't have
understand
to
question.
create a class. Now, let me make more simpler to it. You don't have
Okay.
to create a class. Now, how can you give me a singleton functionality with some existing functionality of Java?
You don't have to create a class. And can we use anonymous class? But I don't think so.
No,
Anonymous
anonymous
class.
class, how could you create a singleton?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Let me give you some basic detail. Like you can search
Yeah.
after the interview. You
Yes.
may heard about enums, right?
Yes. 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 Okay. Enums
Now
using
you can
enums.
search about it. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very powerful function feature. Basically, we are not using in day-to-day programming, but it's very powerful.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you may heard about solid principles.
Oh. mm, I have heard about it, but I'm not
Not having
comfortable in
idea,
that.
right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
not a problem. So you have an idea about exception.
Yes.
Okay, so what is a parent class for my all exceptions?
Uh,
Error.
uh, Throwable.
Okay, so how many type of exception there in Java?
There are two type of exceptions, which are checked exceptions and unchecked
My
exceptions.
runtime exception is checked or unchecked.
Your runtime is checked or unchecked. Basically, we have runtime exception. We have unchecked exceptions.
Okay, so how you say like it's unchecked? So you saying like
Suppose
the exception will occur at runtime. Those are unchecked exception.
suppose I am writing a code for file handling, and basically the compiler IDE tell us that you have to handle this code
But let's suppose you are not using ID. Now I want to write a code in Notepad.
in Notepad. Okay, then I think it may gives us error.
No, where you get error at compile time.
Uh, Maybe yes. Not sure for I have
Okay,
always worked on ID. Yes,
okay,
that's
not a problem.
yes.
If you don't use a ID, there is no such error or exception which occurred at compile time or error
Okay.
will occur at a runtime. Okay, all exception like checked or unchecked exception. So I'm giving you one question. Okay, just check your chat and give me the output. Yeah, you can copy paste on Notepad.
Yes.
I think
I think
it's haven't copied.
yes. This one. I throw 10, and then we have catch in good exception. Yes. I think that would compile and throw go to exception plus 10.
Okay. Uh, you can search it after the interview, but I will tell you it will not compile because throw can only throw
Custom exceptions, throw new
class
exceptions.
as
Okay.
okay. So now Let's move to the multi-threading part. We had just do a lot of basics. Okay, so I will not directly ask you to some theoretical questions because those you can, I think you can take it onto the internet and just look into it. I just give you the one question and just let me know how you can just print it. Okay, and from this, all the multi-threading approaches can be clear. So you have basically three thread. Okay, like one, two, three. I
Okay.
want you to print a number in sequence, like your first thread number one, second thread number two, and third thread number three. Okay,
Okay.
like you can give a name of your thread T1 1, T2 2, T3 3. Again, the cycle start T1 4, T2 5, T3 6. Like this, number by number. So 1 2 3 5 6.
Basically just 1 2 3 4 5 6. That is matlab, that is static.
You will take it as you want. I just
Uh,
want your thread name and up to max number you can enter into your code, that is 10.
okay.
So you no need to write a code. Just give me the approach how you can just start it.
Suppose the T1 1 T2 2
You can
T3
write it.
3.
Let me tell you. Just write it on a notepad, or let me give you the some custom outputs. Okay, like this. You are having this question. Okay, and this is your output.
You are given three threads. You need to print sequence using three threads. You need to print in natural order up to max.
Max is 10. You can take at any integer value.
Okay. 2 3 2 5 3 3 6. So firstly, we can create an integer of using static keyword. So that is basic. Or you can we can use volatile keyword as well, so that there is no transparency. There is transparency in that, and if we want to print, and then we create a function that is basically synchronized function in which we can print put our logic, but I think two T1 T2. Then we can create thread, and then we use T1 start, T2 start, and T3 start.
No, it will not help you. Just take your time. You take 2 3 minutes and think about it. Like 750, I will ask you on 753. Not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, and we will after that. If you are not able to think, we will drop it. I will tell you after the interview how you can approach it.
So Ashwin, can we do like that? We can create a renewable, and in that run method, we can put our just in that class we can create a static variable, static int. Suppose,
Yeah, run method. Obviously, you want to go into
uh,
the class, right? But let
and
me give you the
then we
little
can.
idea about it. The modulo operator will help you to just calculate all the sequence. Okay.
Okay, I don't have that much idea. I think. Uh, I think that approach might, but I don't think so. So we can create a class and implements runnable interface, and then we create a variable in that, a static variable, static int, and we can assign it
Run
zero.
method you have, yeah, you are right. Run method you have to create,
Hmm,
but you have to like modulo by three, right? Like 1 2 3. Then again you have to initialize the cycle because at T thread one you have to print one. 2, 2, 3. Again, you have to start the cycle, right?
Oh, okay. So you are saying that we have to hold three threads until we have count of 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That okay.
You haven't, if you haven't worked on thread, you're not able to do it on first
Yeah.
person.
Yes.
That's for sure. So, okay. No
Because
problem.
I
You can,
have
yeah,
studied about thread, but I don't have hands-on experience on thread that much.
yeah, I got it. Not a problem. You can check it after the interview, okay? How we can, but it's a nice question. So let's moving to the collections part. So do you have any idea about Java collection and all?
Yes, kind of.
So, okay. Uh, any idea about blocking queue? Why we are using and what is it?
Blocking queue. So blocking queue, we are using blocking. So I think we have blocking queue for synchronization, basically for achieving synchronization.
Somewhere, but not accurate.
Blocking queue.
If it is for synchronization, then why we are using a priority queue?
I think priority queue is not thread safe. Priority queue basically. Uh, I don't think so. Priority queue is thread safe. Is it thread safe?
No.
No. And blocking queue is thread safe, I think.
Actually, there's a difference between queue, right? Like when your memory is full, then you have to that error like memory is full, right? So for that drawback, we are going into the like blocking queues and all.
Okay.
Okay, not a problem. You can check it after the interview. So you know, right? What is a like why we are using hash code and equals method in our classes, right? When you are go to the Eclipse or IntelliJ and say like
Yes.
sources and all, they automatically give to the hash code and equals method. So
Yes.
what is the functionality of hash code and equals method?
Basically, hash code method and equals method. Basically, equals method. If we are making a custom class, then equals method is used to compare the values. Suppose I want to use equals method only to compare values of a specific field.
Mm-hmm.
So we can suppose I have a class, and in that we have five fields: id, and then all these values.
Mm-hmm.
So using equals method, we can compare it using values in that,
Okay.
and then using that equals function, we can check. We can check. Otherwise, equals method checks our object reference.
Okay. So what it the functionality in case of Hashmap? If you can just tell me the basic internal implementation of Hashmap.
So basically, Hashmap, when we call put method, then it takes our key and calculate hash code according to that, using that method we have provided, or that it has already provided by
So as
class.
per you, all the key have different hash code.
All the key have a different.
Let's suppose I'm just entering a key like uh, A B C D E F G H I J up to Z.
Yes,
So
yes.
up to Z, all the keys will be having a different hash code.
No. Hash code may be same. If hash code is same, then we can check with equals method. If that value is present at that I don't remember actually the name that we called that. Uh,
Okay, let's suppose I just got your answer. Let's suppose you are having a two same hash code method, right? And you're
yes,
having a collision, right? In
yes.
that case. So in that case, what you will do? Like what the
So
is the trigger
so
for
basically, it basically checks equals method. If that function, if that value is already present in our array linked list, so basically it replaced the value and provided us the old value. And if there is no collision, then it will simply put that value with that
okay.
hash code.
Let's suppose there is one threshold value. If you not have idea, let me tell you.
Yeah.
In Hashmap, there is one threshold value. Till that, the link list will follow. Okay,
Yes.
so storing your key value pair into the linked list.
Yes.
After that, one concept came in 1.8 version
Yes.
because of some complexity.
Yes, then I think we use tree map for that.
Which tree?
Uh, that I don't remember.
And why we are using tree?
So because for retrieval of that, it is its complexity is log n, maybe log n, yes,
And what is the previous?
big of on. If we simply traverse the linked list, then we have on complexity, and if we use tree, then we have log n.
So
And
let's suppose
if
after
we
the
use a tree map, I think uh, binary tree, I think that not much.
no no yeah, complexity, in case of complexity you are right, but in that case we are using a balanced tree. Why? When
Balance
the
tree,
threshold
yes,
will be there, we will track
yes,
a balanced tree like this.
balance tree, yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So in that case we are using a balanced tree. So
Yes,
there is a difference, like there is a lot of like variations in hash map, right? Concurrent hash map, idempotent hash map, and weak hash map. So what is the basic difference between identity hash map, weak hash map, and concurrent hash map and normal hash map?
so I know a normal hash map and concurrent hash map basically, that is of synchronization.
Okay, so you are saying synchronization. So let's suppose
Yes,
in hash map we are storing a value in a block of memory.
yes,
So in synchronization, you are saying in concurrent, right? It is a
yes,
synchronization. So
yes.
what type of synchronization it is? Class level lock or block level lock?
Uh, block level low.
Then what is a like other hash map? Like you can say there is a third hash map, right?
I don't read about other hash map. I don't
Okay, just
remember.
read the one, you will get the difference.
Can you put that in chat so that I can read that?
Yeah, yeah. I will give you the feedback, no problem
Okay.
after it.
Yes.
Yeah. So let moving to the next question, right? You have a multiple keys, right? In hash map, you are storing a multiple keys to the value.
Yes.
So till how many time you can store a null value, null key?
Uh, we can store null key in hash map only one time,
Okay,
and
so at
it
null
uses
key you can use a multiple values
what? Uh,
to the null key, respective null key. Can I use a multiple values?
yes, maybe I think it basically changes the value of that, updates the value,
Yeah, override, right?
override the value. Yes.
Okay, okay. So not a problem. Now moving to your projects parts. Okay,
Yes.
let me open your resume. Yeah, developing a well-designed, effective, testable code, writing script for analyzing database. So basically, you are writing a scripts and all. You are not working on a Spring Boot.
No, I am currently working on Spring Boot for REST services.
Okay, okay. So you
So in starting, I am working on scripts in starting 3 months.
okay. So do you have any idea about RESTful services and Spring Boot and all?
Yes.
Okay. So moving to your RESTful part. So what is the basic difference between put and your post method?
Uh, Put and post method.
Yeah.
So basically, we use put to update values, and post we can use to enter values. Simply add values. We
Do you know idempotent factor?
mm,
Search after it. That is a basic difference in it. Okay. So what is the difference between, let's suppose in your project you are using at the rate service, at the rate repository,
yes.
right? So there is two classes where you are using at the rate service and at repository and at some other annotations.
Okay.
So one developer came in your project and he haven't idea about your Spring Boot and all, and he
Yeah.
swiped the values of annotations.
Yes.
Okay, at place of repository, he put service, and at place of service, he put repository. Now, what should be your code is like, should it compile? It give me a proper output. What will it be?
Yeah, it compiles and give proper output.
Why? Because in
Because basically service and repository are derived from component, special features of at the rate component annotation.
okay,
So that would compile.
okay, and if you are using at the rate bean on top of your method, so is it compulsory to put a configuration at the rate configuration on your class?
Yes, yes, at the rate configuration with B, at the rate
Okay,
B.
so
Or where, yeah, at the
okay, okay, not a problem. So what is the difference between your REST controller and controller?
So basically, we don't have to put at the rate response body with our with a in every method.
Why it is not returning a model view?
Uh, if we want to send data as JSON or XML, then we can use at the rate response body.
Why in case of REST controller, in which form it sends the data?
In REST controller in JSON.
JSON, like, but in it is a REST like state or stateless, right? It's a transaction. But what is sent in case of controller, it is sending a model view abner map, right? Because
Yeah,
it mapped to your model to the view. But in
yes,
your REST controller, but you are not sending a model or view or direct sending a JSON, right?
yes,
Only this difference we are using.
yes.
No, there's a much more difference. Just see the whole your picture. Like there is a lot of component, 7 8 component when you are just working with your controller, like where a request coming that dispatcher to your method resolver and all. There are 7 to 9 component. And in
Okay,
case of like REST controller, they are not much, like only 3 or 4 5 component, and your case done. So there are a lot more differences.
okay.
Okay, not a problem. So in Spring, do you have idea about your primary at the rate primary annotation?
In Spring at the rate, no, I haven't used at the rate primary anything.
Okay, and your IOC containers.
Basically, issue is that I am working on a Spring Boot application that is developed mm, a lot, I think, and then I have started working on that in middle of that, and
Okay,
then
okay,
all the core part are done by technical architects, and then we have to use only that code, that type of code. Suppose if we are using any repository, then we can use their repositories that are basically based out, and then this type of
yeah, yeah. This is a basic approach, right? You are
yes.
using a repository, then we follow the DAO approach, right? This is a
Yeah,
framework.
but suppose we have suppose in that we have basically implement JPA repository, na?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but in our project we can use functions that are written by technical architects. So basically, they use generics and all for developing a core.
Okay, okay,
So
okay. I understand. They give you the core framework, and you have
yes,
to write a
yes,
code on top
yes,
of that.
yes, yes,
Okay, okay, not a problem. So okay, I think then might be you are not having a advanced knowledge of this Spring, right? So because you are working from past few months.
yes.
Okay, so let me give you the one basic code of like Java 8. Okay,
Okay,
so this is our last question. Okay, and
okay,
we will
yes.
wrap up after this. So let's suppose there is your employee class, and you are
Okay,
having your employee name, age, salary, and your address, whatever. Okay, and you have to sort your salary as per your age. So you are
sort
having
your
list of
salary.
employee.
So what we have to do? Sort your salary as per
You
age.
have to set your sort your records,
Oh
all the
yes.
records on top of like on the basis of your age.
Okay.
It should be not normal sorting, so not a natural sorting order. It should be your default, not default, custom sorting order you have to follow.
Okay. Can we write in a ID, or I can tell you just approach or
You write here in a notepad. Otherwise, ID will give you the
yeah.
options, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Just write a logic. Don't create any class and all. Just write out.
Okay.
Just take.
Suppose I have a list, then we can use directly list to stream, and then what you tell me to do on which sorted,
Yeah.
and then comparator dot comparing uh, employee on which field get salary.
Yeah. Salary. You have
Salary
to sort your records on the basis of age, not salary. Sorry, on the basis of
age.
age.
Suppose if we have created get age, then we can use directly get age,
Mhm.
and then we can collect them.
But I want you to just put your customer sorting order. But you are using a default natural sorting order.
Okay, custom natural. We can give e whose we can pass a comparator. So even e2 if even root get age less than uh like that now.
Let me check. Uh, stream dot sorted, and just check once again your syntax is correct.
String root sorted and oh sorry, we can have to put any other condition I have to put, or
No, no,
else
this is all.
in this this will sort in descending order.
Okay. So you are saying
Oh sorry,
even
sorry.
to so how it will be sorted, right? You are not saying it right, which like comparator dot sort or to compare to. You are not saying anything. So how could it will be short? Like comparator and compare both are having a one method, right?
Yes.
So lambda expression will help you to call that method,
Yes.
but you are not using any method here.
I think we can pass comparator directly here, no?
Yeah, but
Oh, new
you are not
comparator.
passing
New.
anything, right?
Yes. Yes. Suppose we can.
Up to sorted, you are correct. But
Yes.
comparator is checks once again. Now also you are not using in the right
Yes.
pattern.
I can do that, but I don't think so. That would also be correct. No, I think root sorted and
Okay, not a problem. I think you not remembering the syntax. So let me make this question little bit easy. Okay. You are having this string. Okay, list of string. I'm just sending you. Okay. And from this string, you have to take out only those number which start with one.
which start with one.
One.
And Basically, is it string or integer?
Yeah,
String.
string.
String. Okay.
Or you, for your preference, you can take it as string, integer.
Okay.
It is a list of integer. Now you have to take out only those integers. Those are start from 1.
Those are start. Enter and then we pass e. Oh, so yeah, it's basically and then
You have to work on Java 8.
yeah, I think so.
There is one series on my channel, the whole playlist of Java 8. There are like not more, such more like 8 to 9 videos. Whenever you have time, just go through them once.
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't it? Isn't work?
No,
Is it work?
it
No.
will not work. Like, how could you say, like,
I
I
think.
say it start with
Yeah,
1.
I think.
You are saying less than equals to, like, what logic you are putting here? I don't understand.
Basically, I am putting that start with one. Then oh yes, but yes.
But integer value, how could you say start with 1, right? You are saying less than, or like whatever you are putting, I don't understand the syntax. Like you are passing your lambda expression also, you are saying less than equals to also in one method.
Yes.
Not a problem. It happens sometime. It happened with me also. Like whenever we are forgetting a syntax, not a problem. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So let me wrap up and stop this video.